Sip a lot of potion, made me like this, I don't know. Is it my emotions, got me feeling highs and lows? Took me time to focus, found my motion on the road. Highs and lows, and I wasn't gained up, now I know. Picking up dial tone, saying I was wrong. If I feel abducted, maybe she'll leave me alone. If I sip this poison, slide the beat and slide the water. Sipping toxic water with the soda, love the soda. Breaking down my fees and her walls kindly. She gon' pay the fee and smoke this purple, child please. And I know she love me by the way she talk to me. If she wanna love me, she gon' have to tell me. Sip a lot of potion, make me like this, I don't know. Is it my emotions, got me feeling highs and lows? Took me time to focus, found my motion on the road. Highs and lows, and I wasn't gained up, now I know. Picking up dial tone, saying I was wrong. If I feel abducted, maybe she'll leave me alone. If I sip this poison, slide the beat and slide the water. Sipping toxic water with the soda, love the soda. Breaking down my fees and her walls kindly. She gon' pay the fee and smoke this purple, child please. And I know she love me. Took me time to focus, found my motion on the road. Highs and lows, and I wasn't gained up, now I know. Highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. Yeah, highs and lows, highs and lows, yeah. Highs and lows, and I wasn't gained up, now I know. Okay. Tell me it's mine, I know it. She need a time, slow motion. She need her moments to focus. I give her time, but I ain't wasting mine, she loaded. When I show love, it's potent. I big in cash, you can see it in bags I'm toting. Tripping off all of this paper, all of this money, but I ain't losing my focus. I know she waiting on me to crash and wreck this moment. I ain't never breaking, I've been on it. I've been sliding slowly, I've been on the go. I did it through highs and lows. I'm putting in time for show. I started this motion, so I can't slow down, oh no. Sip a lot of potion, make me like this, I don't know. Is it my emotions, got me feeling highs and lows? Took me time to focus, found my motion on the road. Highs and lows, and I wasn't gained up, now I know. Picking up dial tone. Let's go. Yeah. East side, baby, that's the life she chose. Hit the corner, hit the Texaco. All she wanna do is try to break these codes. East side, baby, that's how I know. Saying that she love me. Early in the morning, it's always something.
Shout out to all my guys and goddesses checking out this video. I am C, the spiritual goddess, here with another healing clinic. Leave me a crystal ball in the chat if I sound okay. Shout out to everyone that's checking out this live. Shout out to everyone that's checking out the replay. Big love to you all. In today's video, we are doing, like I stated, another healing clinic. For those of you that's new and don't know what the healing clinic is, it's basically where we provide healing messages from the ancestors to, it could be your favorite celebrity like we're doing today. It could be just a situation, like maybe it's a public figure, or maybe it could be range from a tragedy to whatever event that happened. The purpose of this video is to give not only healing messages to that celebrity, but it's also like a powwow to help others who may be in the same predicament. So we give a lot of healing messages. Today's video, we are going to be talking about Blac Chyna. First off, congratulations to Blac Chyna, because she has been trying to make changes, but with those changes comes sometimes biggest haters, and her mother seems to be one. So we're going to talk about what messages her ancestors want to give to her, and others who's dealing with, family members that don't want to see you win, child. I can definitely relate. Before we get into this reading, a few announcements, gods and goddesses. Yes, we have a few announcements. First off, if you are in my Patreon, and make sure you guys join me. We will be doing a Patreon live on Justin Bieber really soon. Along with, I will be pulling some cards for you guys. So make sure you have that notification on. That will be this weekend. Also, gods and goddesses, now is the time for you to book your psychic packages. I do have new psychic packages available. Who would be the person that would want to book a psychic package? Number one, maybe you need some healing too from your ancestors, child. So, this is definitely good for you. But also, this is for those who wants to save money on their readings. If you do want to pre-book your readings. Also, if you want to deal basically with the way the psychic packages work, I treat it just like as I would emergency readings. For those of you who booked a reading from me, I'm booked far out, but you can pay extra to do emergency readings to get pushed up in the line. Well, if you have a psychic package, you're automatically pushed up in the line because your readings are pre-booked. You get phone readings along with text readings, and this is a 2-month package, so you get about 4 readings, actually 6 readings actually altogether, for 2 months, and you save a lot of coins. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and book that there. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this Blac Chyna reading, guys and goddesses. Hey Nikki M, shout out to everyone that's here. We are going to go ahead and pull, first off, when I was meditating on the energy of this bloodline, I'm going to address her as Angela because she wants to be addressed as Angela White. And I want to first give some healing and encouraging messages to her because I'm so proud of her. And like, Angela is one of my problematic faves. I don't care. But I'm really proud of her because she has come a long way. And it's looked like she's really trying, All you can hope for is for people to try. Now, her mother didn't raise her. And everything I say is allegedly. Tarot readings are for entertainment purposes. Her mother, she was raised mainly by her grandmother. Her mother ran the streets. What I'm picking up, though, let's get into it. I'm picking up there's a lot of broken feminine energy with this. And this sometimes can happen with mother and daughter dynamics. I know, especially in like Black and like I'm a Black woman, especially like in the Black community. I know I have a lot of friends. I know we have a lot of people who dealt with this where it's that broken divine feminine energy. Sometimes, the mother ends up having resentment towards their daughter, but it doesn't even have to be a mother dynamic. Your family sometimes can be your biggest haters. And I feel like with Blac Chyna, because she's trying to do better for herself, it's irritating Tokyo because in a sense, she sees that Blac Chyna's doing something she never thought she could do. And Blac Chyna is low-key irritating like that. I don't know. It's forcing her to like look within her brokenness. And she doesn't like it. I'm not a clinician, so I don't want to call, just diagnose people. But Tokyo Toni definitely is giving a lot of signs of narcissism. She definitely gives that. And I definitely feel like because Blac Chyna is doing something for herself and she can't get what she needs, it's definitely irritating her. So let's go ahead and get into this. I want to see what healing messages Blac Chyna ancestors want to give to her right now. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. Hit that thumbs up. That helps trigger YouTube to let everyone else know that I'm alive. So if you hit that thumbs up, it's free to do. All right, let's get into it. Healing messages from Angela's ancestors. What messages do they want to give her in regards to her and her healing? We're going to do her and her healing. Then we're going to do with her and her mother. So let's see. Her and her healing. I feel like Tokyo Tony mother wants to be her. That's what I'm kind of getting. Alright, let's see. Alright, this is Angela. Okay, snake shade, old skin. Yeah, she's shedding a lot. She's shedding a lot. I'm definitely getting a sense of that. Her ancestors are saying this new her is really genuine, guys. I don't feel like this is just an act. I feel like she's shedding a lot, And with shedding, when you come to this part in your life, and I can definitely relate, where you get to the point where you start, like, people start not making sense to you. Things start to look differently. You know, you start wanting to basically just do better for yourself, and you start to change. What happens a lot of times, because, and I talk about this in my other videos, those old connections, those karmic connections that once felt safe, that once felt good, they start to not make sense. I'm definitely getting a sense, whereas Angela, she just reacted to her emotions in the past. I'm definitely getting, well, put it this way, this is how I'm going to differentiate, like, put the difference. Blac Chyna, the persona, you know, had this effort attitude, you know, had this react to emotions, get the back, survival. I'm picking up someone who was in survival mode. Angela is more so following the path, following the steps. I feel like God has ordered her steps and she's listening now. She's waiting. She's not as reactive. I'm definitely picking up that it was a struggle for her, especially coming from a mom, and just not a mom, but just coming from a family who exhibits toxic behavior. You know, allegedly, Tokyo Tony was a teenager herself when she got pregnant, and she was messing with a man who was older than her. Angela's father supposedly was in his later 20s, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me in the comments. And even though she didn't know she was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing, at the time, because she felt like she wanted it, that's still trauma. You get what I'm saying? What in Tokyo Tony's background would make her at a 15, 16, however old she was, be messing with the older man? It's the way she was raised and the way she was done. I do feel like, all right, let's talk about the messages her ancestors want to give her when it comes to her mother. And if you can relate to this, then let me know in the comments. Have you ever had a family member that hated on you? Like you found out was your biggest hater? I know I have, a child. And it can be hurtful, especially dealing with a narcissist. But like, you know, through therapy and through things, it helped me realize that I don't have to take the abuse anymore. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, when people and things don't feel good or right for your soul, and especially when you recognize your divine calling, because we all have divine calling, but when you start to recognize that, sometimes you have to distance yourself. The best thing you can do for a narcissist is distance yourself from a narcissist or any person who gives toxic behavior. And it can be hurtful when you find out that that family member is your biggest hater. Because just think, guys, everyone is cheering on Angela and her own mother is dragging her. Like, she wants to make changes. You know how hurtful that has to be? All right, let's see. Right, Nikki Young, biggest cheerleader and biggest hater in the background. That could be hurtful. Alright, so I am getting a sense, her ancestors, though, they don't want her to give up. It's like, it's one of those things where, no, I do see her ancestors is calling on her to, put some distance between her mom, but I'm also getting a sense her ancestors are also saying, like, still hold space for her to heal, because I don't know, it seems like Tokyo, it seems like she deal with some, she had a hard life, man. It feels like she deals with some type of mental illness on her own. Yeah, she deals with some mental illness, some substance, yeah. It's one of those things where, with this family, there's a breakdown in, once again, like I said, the feminine energy. There's a breakdown in communication. I feel like there's wounded feminine energy. I feel like Tokyo, she only can give Blac Chyna what her mother gave to her. And while I do feel like her grandmother took the reins with Angela, what I do pick up is when it comes to Tokyo, her mother dropped the ball. Her mother dropped the ball. She tried to make up with Chyna. That's what I'm kind of getting. Like that feminine energy. And this sometimes happens. I do feel like there was a resentment there. There was resentment there because she felt like, and I feel like it was before Angela became Blac Chyna. There always was resentment there in a way because, and this is where healing comes in, right? Sometimes your parents, because we forget that our parents, they're not superheroes, right? And they're human too. And parenting, no matter how much prepared you can be, is still kind of like trial and error, right? You only know what you learned, right? I do feel like, though, a lot of times what happens to the children when they get treated wrong, when they go and they see their parent be a better grandparent, it could be bittersweet. In some instances, it can even cause jealousy. Yeah, it can even cause jealousy because it's like you have a little bit of a resentment there because your parent is being the best grandparent or the parent you wish they would have been. That's what I'm getting. So there was always a little bit of resentment there is what her ancestors is kind of telling me. If you guys get what I'm saying in the comments, wow. With that being said, I do feel like Chyna has a soft heart for her mother because she knows the story that she went through. There's a lot of things about Tokyo. There's a lot of things about Tony we don't even know. Like her mother even has probably even blocked out a lot of stuff. A lot of trauma. Okay. Let's get into... Alright, what healing messages would you like to give for those who have dealt with this in the situation? After the Blac Chyna, for those who deal with a parent or a family member who's hated on them. You have to put barriers between you and that person. You have to put barriers between you and that person, because if you don't, their trauma could become you, and in a sense, I'm getting a lake, like it can drown you. It could definitely drown you. Yeah. Spirit is saying respect, because we always have this thing where it's like respect your elders, respect your elders. Respect shouldn't mean you silence yourself or you hurt, like you're hurting in the process. You have to know the difference between I don't know how the ancestors saying respect, giving respect, and like, or commanding respect and bullying people. Like, it's a difference between respect and authority. That's definitely the vibe I'm getting. Like, and also you can't disrespect yourself, and you can't disrespect yourself at the expense of others. Yeah. I feel like with Blac Chyna, what I'm getting with Blac Chyna, one thing that's helped her is her children. I feel like it's brought an awareness to whatever it is that she was really dealing, or awareness of some of the traits that she had that was similar to her mother. And I'm definitely getting a sense that Spirit is saying that can be what we can take away with it. It's like, yeah, your parents could have done this to you. Yeah, your parents or your family members could have dropped the ball here. But if you are aware of that, it's very important that you make those changes. You know, I see people all the time, you know, go through this hurt, because it's crazy. It's like we spend a lifetime trying to, you know, heal or get rid of the negative voices that was told to us when we were children, right? There's a lot of generational things we have to break, right? But a lot of times what ends up happening is people be so caught up in their hurt that they don't realize that they're spewing the same thing to their children. And then it becomes this cycle that goes around and around and around. I feel like, you know, it's important for you to, yes, recognize your triggers, recognize those triggers, recognize why. But if you're not making those changes, after a while, you're just complaining. Like, and I'm not trying to say it like that. I don't know why, like, I'm getting like, what are you going to do about it? Do you get what I'm saying? And that comes with time. It comes with healthy habits. It comes with doing things. But if you're actively just spewing out that same hurt in different things, you're no different. That's why things like therapy is important. That's why it is important to, you know, have healthy outlets and different things like that. Also, be grateful in a sense to you recognizing that, because a lot of our parents, man, like what I'm getting for Tokyo Toni, it was one of those things where she had to just pick up and go. She didn't have time to really deal with her emotions to even recognize that. Be thankful that you recognize that and you can do something about it. Okay. Let's get into what's next for Blac Chyna, or I'm sorry, Angela. I want to make sure I call her right for her right now. Let's just say Blac Chyna, aka Angela. Let's see what's next for her. And I hope you guys are enjoying this healing clinic. Let me know. I was thinking about doing one for Escape Child. Alright, let's see. I definitely see, we're going to see more of Angela really taking authority of her life, commanding respect when she comes in the room. Like, we're going to see a different change, basically. We're going to see a different change of her. Because, guys, I feel like she's really trying, and this is genuine. I definitely feel like she has a good counsel around her. I know in her last interview, she was saying, like, her pastor has been helping her. Yeah, I definitely feel like I see someone who's trying to heal their heart. I'm picking up that there's definitely still a struggle when it comes to, and that's funny because I keep mixing the names, when it comes to Blac Chyna and Angela finding a balance. Because, you know, Blac Chyna is more so her entertainment. That's the persona she took on. But it's also finding a balance. That's also what helped her make money. I do feel like she's going to, like, true prosperity is going to begin for her. Not just in money, in all areas of her life. I feel like she's taking off the mask. We're going to see more of who she is. You know, definitely feel like this thing with her mother definitely is a loss. Like, she definitely is hurting from this. But she's going to fight through. You know, she comes from a long line of fighters, like, long line of, even her mother, like, you know, I will survive type energy. Let's see. What will happen with her and her mother's relationship? Her mother's relationship. There's going to be a lot of obstacles between her and her mother's relationship. I feel like, you know, her mother just simply put, there's a lot of healing her mother has to do, and she really does. She has a lot of jealousy for her daughter. It's just giving me hater. Yeah. I feel like if Blac Chyna was to let her mother come in her life, the only thing she's going to bring is disruption. I definitely feel like as Chyna gets recognized more, as more positivity comes to her, it's really yeah, it does something to her mother. I feel like it makes her mother really face a lot of things about herself, and she starts to project. I do feel like she's going to try. I feel like Blac Chyna, when she said her door is always open to her mother, she's not lying. I feel like eventually, I don't see them being on 100% cool terms, but I see Blac Chyna kind of like, okay, I'm just going to try to give this olive branch. Yeah. I feel like her mother, Blac Chyna, may be forced to step in. I don't know. I keep getting like a breakdown for Tokyo Toni, emotional breakdown. Tokyo Toni deals with some serious mental health issues, guys. She definitely deals with some serious mental health issues. Yeah. Let me see. Give me a sense of Tokyo Toni. Why is she... Why is Tokyo Toni doing this? money is at the root of it. Like, you know, she has money. Money is at the root because she can't get what she wants. But also, yeah. Look, just envy. She envious of her daughter. Yeah, her life is like, I feel like if Tokyo Toni like wrote a book on her life or told her life, like, I feel like it's heartbreaking, but she also has a lot of narcissism. Her mother always cared about chasing the bag, chasing the money. It was always very materialistic, to the point she even instilled a lot of that on her daughter. But it was definitely given a lot of that. And I feel like seeing Blac Chyna being successful hurts her ego in a way. Because she feels like not only should she benefit, but she kind of feels like she should have been there. Yeah. I definitely feel like when it comes to Blac Chyna and her mother, I feel like this will always be a thing. Her mother will always have some jealousy towards her. Yeah. Her mother is her biggest hater, unfortunately. And you know what's sad? A lot of us actually go through that when we find out our family is our biggest hater. And it could be hurtful. But you know, it's one of those things, like I stated, you have to do what's right for your soul. Just because you guys, you know, maybe you may come from the same vessel or you may be family, doesn't mean that on a soul level, that person in their energy automatically connects with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can be wondering, why does my family treat me this way? Why is it like this? It couldn't even have nothing to do with you. It could just be on a deep rooted issue. They just don't like you on a soul level from a past life. It can be something deep. But the most important thing you have to do when you find out your family is envious of you, you have to see, jealousy is one thing, but when you find out they're envious and they're hating on you, you have to put distance between them. How many stories have we heard of people who knew someone, you know, was low-key jealous or hating on them, but they still decided to, you know, keep them around because who they were to them in their life? That's family. And then they end up, you know, taking the short end of the stick. Or how many stories you heard of people end up even passing away? That family, like, look at the ID channel, child. You will see so many envious families, like, you know, ending other families' lives for BS, child, and greed. So it's very important that when you have family, you see that, you recognize it, and you put as much distance as you can between them. People will wish bad juju on you and what you got going on. And we always talk about spells. Spells may not be actual, like, you know, we think like somebody conjuring. Spells could be just someone wishing stuff on you. So that's why it's very important that you put distance when you recognize that. Yeah, but I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do see some good things happening for Blac Chyna. I do feel like, though, there's always going to be an issue with her and her mother. I do see Tokyo Toni having, like, something with her mental health. It's like, when I'm picturing, it's like a cloud or something. There's a lot of deep-rooted things that she has to heal. But I feel like Blac Chyna, her healing is real. I do hope, you know, if her fans come across this video, you could tag her. I want to send some encouraging love, some encouraging support to her. I'm so proud of Angela, and I hope she continues on this journey. So let's uplift her in prayer, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I will come back on probably today. Let me know if you guys want me to come on and do another reading. I do want to do a career clinic. We haven't done one in a while. I feel like Lotto needs one. Also, one more announcement. I will be doing a Remy Ma career clinic in Patreon too. So I hope you guys are there for that, child. Until then, all my gods and goddesses, see you in the next video. Peace.
Girl,